Hi, I'm Nancy Thompson, the 8 Weeks to Wellness Director at the Springfield Wellness Center, trying to figure out motivation, willpower, and the pleasure trap. When it comes to trying to make a healthy lifestyle for yourself, there's a lot of challenges finding your motivation, figuring out the right willpower, and figuring out what the obstacles are along the way. For myself, I'm somebody who I get really nerdy about looking at the most recent videos and information about food and what's the best for our health. I get really excited about looking at the research, the most recent research on foods that provide us the best health for our arteries, getting down to the cellular level. I love learning about stuff that damages the arteries. And as not surprising to know, you have figured out by now that eating whole foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes provide that nutrition and that best health for our arteries. On the flip side of the coin, there's a lot of evidence to support the processed foods like sugar and processed oils and saturated fats and lots of dairy and too much rich animal-based foods can actually harm our arteries. So why then, when I'm presented with choices such as this past week with a Halloween celebration with Krispy Kreme donuts 2 doors away, and I could smell that sugar wafting through the air, and I decide I really have to have one of those. And I know it's not for my best health. Or when at a party for the World Series championship game, the friend brings the cheesy creamy dip and I eat half the bowl. Why do I can't keep my hand out of the candy basket that was left out after Halloween with the leftover Reese's snack-sized pieces that seem to be tripping me up every day? And I know better. I have lots of motivation. I have motivation because that's my job. I'm a wellness director, and I take it as a personal vocation. I've had a lot of family history. My grandparents died at a premature age from chronic diseases. I have felt really good from my choices and feel like I'm able to maintain a good weight when I'm on my healthy lifestyle. And in fact, I think I've probably even recovered quickly from a brush with death because of my healthy lifestyle. So I have those motivations and experiences. I know what willpower is. I think I know that when you put your mind over matter and you mindfully approach something you're trying to improve, whether it's your lifestyle or a new golf stroke or a new swimming stroke, you can practice, focused practice on these things and actually change your matter, change your body composition. You can change your neuromuscular connections to make things better. You can, we know that this type of practice can actually affect our DNA. So I know that in my brain, in my heart. Then why do I get tripped up with these things that are presented to us every day? Well, come to find out, information presented in the pleasure trap by Dr. Doug Lisle and Dr. Alan Goldhammer have shown that there's biological and psychological instincts that all animals, including humans, are born with, that we are trying to get through this motivational triad. And they include things that are pleasure seeking, pain avoidance, and energy conservation. And I know I get a lot of pleasure out of eating, and in fact, those highly concentrated foodstuffs that are now so readily available, like sugar, like concentrated dairy things, actually impact the brain similarly to cocaine. Increasing our dopamine levels, making us feel really good. So that's easy for us to maybe feel addicted to those types of food. Pain avoidance is kind of a no-brainer, I suppose. We all want to avoid pain, but then energy conservation is an important part of that instinct that as an animal or even a human we have to struggle with. And I mean, I think of that as the drive-thrus that are down every street, on every corner, that make getting concentrated food very easy, and we can then certainly be working towards that energy conservation that we are inbred with. So if we're aware of that, and that's something new to me that I'm just now learning about, If we're aware of it and then we find out that there are actually habits and tricks, I guess you can say, to short circuit those instincts that are in us, because we're human and we can overcome these obstacles that in the book, The Pleasure Trap, these doctors review and discuss with us how to get past that. So I encourage you to dig a little deeper if you're trying to figure out why, if you know, when you know better, you are tripped up by those obstacles, those pleasure traps. This is Nancy Thompson, the 8 Weeks to Wellness Director, wishing you peace and wellness along your journey.